What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. In today's video we're gonna be replacing the strut, spring, the boot, the damper inside, strut mount, bearing, and everything. There's pretty much everything. It's like a whole bunch of pieces together. Customer bought everything original. We're gonna take out the rotor caliper. We're gonna replace this ABS sensor. If I can save it, I can save it. If not, we got a new ABS sensor. Other side, the linkage didn't come off, so I'm not gonna save the linkage. I tried to take it off. So I ended up taking off on the bottom. It's more easier. A few things I want to tell you guys. Tools. We got a needle nose plier. We got a cutter here. We got a 36mm right here. We got a ratchet, 3/8 drive ratchet with a small extension and a 12mm, which is gonna go right here for that. That's mainly just for that. We got a 19mm for this and the ball joint in the bottom. We got this so I can bang out the axle and then plus bend this back. The phone always rings. This right here is, I believe, come on, there's no number on this. This might be like a 16mm. It's not a 17 because this is a 17 right here. And yeah, you could use a 17mm there. We got this punch here if you guys don't have the proper tool. I do a show video where I could bang the rotor and loosen these up, but if you want to save the rotor, this is the way. This is already loose because we did these not too long ago. But you would punch that out. We got this just in case. 10mm, we could use it on the ratchet, and a 14mm for the bolt down here. The 10mm is for the ABS sensor. So we're gonna start this job immediately. So I'm gonna show as much as I can, and once we have it all out, I will try to. So what I want to do is I want to just take out the ABS sensor, okay? So we're going to be replacing the bearing and everything on this baby. And you don't want to stretch the ABS, okay, sensor. So one more thing I forgot to say. You're going to need a hammer. I went and got a hammer, pry bar, and a fork like that so you could bang out the ball joint. I got a couple of more tools for the bearing. If you want to do the bearing, you're going to need a retainer like this. I'm using a cutter and an air hammer, and have some flat screwdriver standby. I did the bearing on the opposite side. So to start off, what I like to do is let's clean this off. Okay, we're gonna do everything step by step. I was at a point where I was removing this ABS sensor. So I forgot one more tool which I left on the other side. Oh, have yourself a pry bar like this. So what you can do here is you can remove this sensor retainer here. There you go. That's what it looked like from back there. It's supposed to come off just like that. Save it. Everything got to be protected. So your sensor, all you need to do is squeeze this if you're using both hands, and then this guy's not gonna come out. Okay, so you're still gonna have to force this guy out of there. So it's like a retainer that holds just the cable there. So that's loose. So we already got videos on how to take out the brakes. So we're gonna take off this 14. We're gonna take off this and the two 17mm on the bracket from back here. One is here, one is in the bottom. So what we're gonna do next here is, so it took me about 3 hours on the opposite side, and this one should be easier because now I have, the strut had a lot of parts. Customer brought all the original parts, so we was confused about. So this guy comes off. Save this guy. If you got a new one, great. We're gonna put this back. Always important to put that back in. So this side, right in the bottom of the ball joint, you're just gonna have to pull this off, and this guy just comes off just like that. Very simple and easy. I like to keep everything in order. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have all this off. Once I have this off, we will start recording in. We'll bang this out, bang this out, bang this out, and then we'll get everything off. Okay, so since we got our everything off, let's throw some penetrating oil here. So this customer brought me this stuff here, right? This is good stuff right here. And let's spray some of that there. Make your life easy, you know. Axle bolt comes off very simple. So let me finish out everything and then we will start. Let me just take off all this stuff right here. Okay, so we got the rotor off, caliper off, the bracket off and everything is off. Time for axle, 36 millimeter. Baby comes right off. So 2 more bolts. And pretty much so far what I did was very simple. We're gonna use this 19 millimeter. I got videos on all this stuff if you guys want to see, like just doing tie rod. You'll be able to see just taking off this stuff right here. Only difference is we're removing the whole hub here. I'm also going the bottom over here. I'm gonna take off this bolt joint bolt. So pretty much everything is loose. This is where I take my big hammer here. You could bang on this and this tie rod will come off. There you go. Remember, we still gotta take out the sway bar linkage, which is freaking all the way down here. Let's see how we're gonna do that. Bring our light down. So it shouldn't be that difficult. So what I want to do is I want to get this guy out of the way first. My ball joint here. So how I did my ball joint from the other side was I banged it from the other side, but now I got more leverage from this side. And I'm not a fan of these right here, but we don't got a choice. This is the way this baby's gonna come out. So all we're gonna do is break the ball joint loose here. Let's put this guy on this side. So a lot of force here, guys. Take it easy, make sure you have gloves on, and make sure you have safety glasses, goggles. There you go. Very simple and easy. I'm gonna do over here. I'm gonna do one more thing. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here. I'm gonna do my airline. I'm gonna come over here. We're gonna get that ball joint out of the place. So if you need a good video how to get this guy out of there, just gonna take your pry bar, put it in some position, and take a look at this. If my camera can see right here. So axle is gonna kind of disturb us. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna gently just release my pry bar here. So this guy, I'm gonna just hit the axle from right back here with my hammer, so I can push it back. There goes everything. Right, it's fine. The caliper is not gonna get. Okay, so one more time. Sometimes you will come across where the axle is jammed, so I do want to put this guy somewhere so he doesn't bother me anymore, because he keeps coming down. Okay, so we should be able to get the ball joint right now. Let's go look back at this right now. Okay, one more attempt. So just go underneath this mount here. You can even go underneath this bolt here, but I like to go underneath the mount here. And the opposite side, I went under the bolt there, and this baby's gonna come out. So now we should be able to completely get the axle out of there. And the freaking caliper wants to just kill me. Okay, Mr. Caliper. Didn't want her to do this because I'm replacing this calipers on this car too. The other side is kind of tight, and there you go. And our axle should just sit there. Perfect. One bolt, and we should have our spindle out. While we at it, take off this bracket here too, okay? Because it did give me trouble while I was compressing the bearing. That's how your spindle comes out. A lot of people try to push the arm down and get this out of it. This is not going to come out. You got to take out the ball joint to get this baby out. Anyways, you know what? While we at it, like I said, I want to take off this little bracket. on the opposite side. So, whew, my arms are tired. Even though you see the video, it's not. It's a lot of cuts and plays, okay? Setting up the tools. So it took me a good 40 minutes to undo all this. No more than that, okay? Okay, we're gonna put, this is what I took off, so make sure you angle it the same way it was. That's where this 12 millimeter from this connects to this. So I'm gonna drop that on the floor there. Moment of truth. This is where you bang out your hub. So bring the camera down higher. So put your hand underneath. If you want to throw some WD-40 on it, beautiful. When you put it back, clean it nicely and lubricate it. It should go in like a butter. Make sure this is not in there. Don't worry, it's not gonna hit you on the hand or floor on the foot. Just when it drops, let it drop on the control arm. And don't go crazy with your hammer. Small, light. And if you want, throw some of this penetrating oil. This is all the extra stuff I'm doing right now. So, because I'm going to be putting a new strut, and that's going to be nice and shiny. There you go. You got this baby out. So, time for us to compress the bearing out. I'm going to show you guys detailed video here, so keep following. I'm going to split the video in different sections: how to remove the hub, how to do the bearing, and how to do overall the job and the strut. So this is my getaway of doing this hub bearing. So this is my way of doing a bearing. It has worked for the last 20 years. So first we got to remove this little guy right here. I forgot my tool, one of my tools there, but you can use a screwdriver to get this guy off. Customer bought a new one. We're gonna put that in. So first of all, I shouldn't have taken that out because I wanted to protect the bearing. So first of all, we got to get the hub out of here. So to get the hub out, we're gonna leverage the camera here right next to my Lassie tire machine, and we're gonna aim up the camera. So what I like to do is I'm gonna go get one of my sockets from over there. So I am gonna bang this hub out. You just gotta be careful with the bearing there. I'm sorry, the ABS sensor. So I got my camera on the way. So it's like I got less control of everything, and because everything is on my way. Let me see if I can get a better position on this. Okay, nope. It's gonna be right here, and the camera's gonna have to kind of get out of my way, and everything else. Okay, that looks pretty good. You know what? Let's switch it around. Let's switch it this side. That's more like it. But we still gotta be careful with everything else and watch your hands. Small taps, your hub should start to go down. This is the piece where the wheel sits on. So a lot of impact here. And after a few butt hits, it is gonna come out. I already can see that it's going down. There you go. You started to feel that impact now. This time I didn't even bother removing the ABS sensor. Should have been an issue for me. I'm not hitting it too hard. A lot of people will smack the crap out of this. I'm just taking it easy here. Oh. You can do this on the press there, but if I can get it off right here, it's good enough for me. You see how I'm trying to control the socket here? There you go. So this baby is out. We got a retainer in here which looks really bad. we are gonna have to cut this and hammer this. That's why I got my cutter sitting over here. So let's bring the camera closer now. Okay, what you want to do here is you want to clean the heck out of the area here, because we want to take this seat retainer here. Customer do have a new one, and I am gonna put a new one in for him. So overall, both shirts and bearing is about taking me about all day. Freaking time to take my time, do it properly. I'm only recording one side because the opposite side is the same process. And the reason why we're doing that is because we don't need to make a video 8 hours long. Anyways, let's clean this up some more. Sometimes I gotta heat these off to get out. I had a car where it wouldn't even come on. It was the Avalon. It was my friend's car. Medi, right now we're in dispute. So I ignored them for 1 or 2 days. Because sometimes you need time to let things get off your head. And his car, both the retainers broke pretty much, and we had to order the whole spindle here. So that's that. We'll give some good stuff. Richard here bought this, gave me this as a tip. So this is good penetration oil. I'll do a video on this. It's like 30 bucks. And there's is there a part number on this baby? Okay, I don't see any SKU numbers here. Okay, there's a serial number here, X001008G4R. Okay. I'll make a full video. I'll remove that sticker, see what's underneath. I'll make another video so you guys can know what the hell this is. Good stuff. So let this thing sit in there for a little while. I'm gonna try to attempt to get that retainer out of there. So I am gonna be working on this floor like an idiot. But let's see my manpower here. It's kind of moving, but not doing what I wanted to do. One more temp. Temp number 2. My whole tool is bending, so we don't want to do that. So I'm gonna go get some chisels and try to punch on it so it can break loose. Okay, so what I want to do here is, don't worry about this plate. It's not gonna break and it's not gonna go get damaged. It's probably just gonna fold itself, so it might scrape on the rotor. Just push it right back. So hitting it like this, you're gonna kind of break the grip loose. Try it right here a little bit. The other side is pretty easy. Came out pretty easy. Let's give it another temp. Oh, cow. Holy cow. Let me go get something else. Gotta keep trying. Mechanic is not easy. There you go, that one's loose from one side. You don't want to break the handle there, because if it breaks, forget it. You're never getting that thing out. See that? Got it out. So what I'm gonna do is, where's my flathead screwdriver? Wish I had help right now. So we can squeeze and put our screwdriver behind it and lift it out. Once you lift it out, come on. It's a good sign. I'm gonna just let it sit right there on the tip. It came on and sitting on the tip. So once it becomes like that, the rest of it just gotta follow along. Just be careful it doesn't hit you in the eyes. There you go. This baby is out. I'm gonna clean the heck out of this some more, and then I'll blow some air on it. So the bearing is gonna come out this way. We're gonna compress it from the opposite side, and we're gonna go on our press there. So stay tuned. Let me set up my press and have this ready to be compressed out. Okay, so here we are on our bearing press. So pretty much it's hollow in the middle. It sits just like that. These pieces come with the machine. So what I like to do here is set up this baby perfectly. I want to put this right here, and on top of it, you know what, I'll do it this way. I'll put this because it sits right on the bearing, and I'll put that there. So our bearing is going to go down, and the machine is going to kind of level everything out once it goes in. And you should straighten it off if there's any issues. Sometimes the machine won't, especially when you're putting it in and you don't want the bearing to go to crooked, okay? And our ABS sensor is far away. I got all these old bearings sitting around because I use them like a tool. I gotta get safety glasses. Right in the morning, get yourself safety glasses. You don't know what's gonna happen here. So, machine is ready to press this baby out. It's probably gonna go clong. Everything's gonna probably just fall off the machine, and there goes nothing. Okay, it's kind of gently going down. I heard it go clunk, but it's probably still gonna go clunk really hard. Okay, we're in business. This one's pretty smooth, okay? Pretty smooth. That penetration oil works pretty good. Right now I'm feeling no load on this. I got scared. There you go. There's our good old bearing. Look at that penetrating oil. It got through the whole thing. Pretty good stuff. And this bearing, the car is making a noise, but sometimes you could be wrong about your bearing. But if it's making a noise, the guy has almost 280,000 miles. So there you have it. The bearing is out. Put this baby back in. See, I can level my machine, so I'm gonna go down a level to put it in because I'm gonna need plenty of space. Now the bearing has to sit up on the top. Let this guy come out. So let's clean our ABS sensor. ABS sensors don't usually go bad. Okay. So come on. What the hell? Big. This guy right here. There you go. It's nice and clean. I'm gonna clean some more because I cleaned it before. It's that easy, so it's time for me to put this bearing back in, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I use this oil, okay? This oil is like for my impact tools, and it works really well and lubricates everything pretty good, okay? So that's what I use there. So now I need to set up my machine the other way around, but we're gonna go one level down. Same thing on this side. There you go. we're gonna use our old bearing. Let's get this out of the way. Let's clean this guy up, because right now that guy is gonna sit flush on this right here, and just like that. Okay, it's gonna give us a perfect seating for our bearing to go in. I'm gonna go get a knife. So, original part is what this customer putting. So this is the bearing. It's the same part number for the right and left. If you guys can see it. If you can't, call the dealer. A few more pieces. The retainer and everything he brought original. This guy usually Honda packs it in a green bag like that. One thing I want to tell you guys, you could put this bearing in better than the dealer, but check this out. This is metal, it doesn't attach. This side, it does attach. Okay, you can feel there's a magnetic force here. This is what your ABS sensor is reading. So since our ABS sensor is on the other side, so we're gonna face this down, okay? So the metal magnet side gotta be, the ABS sensor's gotta read that, okay? So don't make that mistake. I've seen that mistake happen. It's a big little tip here I give you guys. So oil, go all around it, make sure your hands are clean, and magnetic side facing down towards the ABS sensor, and make sure the ABS sensor is not going to get hit with the bearing that I'm using on the bottom, and it's got to be, the other bearing can't go through the bore here either, okay? So this is looking good, okay? A lot of people will disagree, so I like to use this force right in the middle right here. If you want, this is from the old bearing, and I just want this machine to have just a perfect amount of force right in the center, okay? Right in the center. So pay attention to it, move it around if you need to, and I still think I need to move this baby around. But once the machine touches down, like the eagle has landed, that's when you know where everything is at. So right now, this thing needs to go. There you go. That's where I wanted it at. Okay. Time for my bearings to be pressed like butter, okay? Sometimes I see my bearings are kind of a little bit off, but then it goes boom, it goes right in, which is reasonable, okay? But if you got your bearing like at almost like 40 degrees off, it's not gonna work out properly. So again, safety glasses, gotta have. It's going in pretty smooth, okay? Just the jack here is kind of slow. There you go. Sometimes if it's off a little bit, it will straighten itself off. A lot of people say putting that right in the center damages the bearing. No, it doesn't. You can go put the other bearing on the top, and then you will need a perfect slot. But there you go. It's done deal. Bearing is in. We gotta put the ring here. Then we're gonna have to put the metal plate in the back. Well, we'll put the metal plate at the last. Retainer here, and then the hub. So let's go back to our spot there. You know what, we'll just do it right here. So here goes nothing. I'm gonna charge on my camera after this, take a break. So here's the new C-ring, retainer ring, whatever you wanna call it. It's a part number, the original stuff. This customer always puts original stuff. So it doesn't matter here, there, where it is at. Does not matter. If you want to mark in the beginning, it's all up to you. But make sure your slot is clean. Like this was super rusted. So it should be very easy for me to get this guy in. If it doesn't sit properly, I'll bring my retainer tool up a bit and I'll get it in there. And sometimes I do hit this guy. And you see how the snap ring just fell in? Perfect. I am gonna kind of tap on it a bit. Let me go get another tool. Okay, smaller taps. I just want to make sure that retainer is in there. Make sure you don't hit the seal of the bearing, okay? So this thing is nice and flush. So now we can put our hub in, but we gotta take the hub, the little piece off the hub, this little guy that I took off the old one. I'll show you that how I'm gonna do that right now. So, old school trick. These things don't usually go bad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a splice on it. Then we're gonna use air hammer to bang it out of there. But be careful you don't burn yourself, because I see I got holes in my pants. This is from doing bearings. So I'm not going through this thing, okay? I'm just making it weak so I could bang it with my air hammer. It will crack like a cracker, and it will come off immediately. So here's my air hammer, phase number 2 right here. There you go, you see that? Bada bing, bada boom. That's how you do it, guys. That's how the old men did it back in days. Okay, no damages whatsoever, because we never cut through it. We just kind of weakened it up. So we're gonna be using this to let it sit on the bottom of the bearing, because when this thing gets pressed right through, it's gonna try to break the race of the other bearing to get through, but this is gonna push down on it. So this becomes a good tool for us. Let's go on the press. We're gonna clean this up, lubricate this up, and we'll meet on the press. So now we're gonna get that guy out of there, because this is not gonna help us now. Okay, I'm gonna go get the other piece I just showed you earlier. My camera's at 10%, so this is the piece that's gonna sit onto this little guy right here, just like that. If you don't put that there, you don't want it. You don't want to mess around, okay? Let's do this. Let's put this here so it can come a little higher, because we're gonna need it. Oh, you know what? I use this skinnier bearing which can't be pressed through, okay? That's what I used last time. I think it was skinnier than this. Let me see which bearing will fit there. You could use that, but I don't think I had enough height there. So I can put this guy right here, this bearing, just like that. Yep. Let's move this out of the way. And let's put that there. Or you know what? Let's put this here. Let's put this little guy. There you go. It's gotta sit straight too again, okay? And make sure you don't damage your ABS sensor on the other side. Okay, it's this little guy. That's kind of, it's off balance because of the weight of the spindle. So this is the guy that's gonna go through. Make sure you have your retainer there, because a lot of people I seem to forget, and after that your bearing will break within 10 minutes of a drive. So this little guy is gonna go right there. So long as the center can sit flush there, we should be able to start pressing this little guy immediately. Okay, center this baby. I don't see a center there. I think you will feel it. The press doesn't want to go no more. And that's it. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna clean up, but my camera's got a charge. Our bearing on this cord is in, and check that out. We're just gonna have to put the metal shield here, and everything's intact. All right, guys, let me charge my camera. Meanwhile, I'll clean everything up, and we'll come back. We'll start building the strut. Okay, we're gonna put the strut together. Okay, so first of all, this is the retainer that's gonna go there. Okay, so this is the part number on this guy. If you guys need it, I'll read you this. 44348 T2 Apple 001. So this is what it looked like. So the open end is gonna face bottom, and I'm gonna hammer that there. So I'm gonna leave this to the side. I'm gonna just hammer that. You're just gonna tap it softly and put that on last. Okay. So now it's time for us to. Okay. Next up is, you see this little guy right here? This is gonna sit. I'm gonna show you first. Let's put some lubrication around this, and I'm gonna clean my hands off. Okay, so this little notch goes right here. Okay, so remember what I told you guys. You can turn this baby around. Okay, what I want is here. It's gonna eventually come over here. Okay, this is gonna be the perfect spot, but so I can see here and have your bolt ready. So this bolt sits right in that little notch too. So what we're gonna do here is, we're not worried about, you know what, let's twist it so we can see it from this end, and our spindle will go in nicely and easily. If your strut is old, you need just lubricate it. But this thing is just turning as we turn. I want to be able to see the rear end. Okay, come on. Maybe I'll tap on it a little bit. Yeah, I'll tap on it a little bit. You know what? It's better this way. The camera angle. Okay, this is where you need two people, okay? This is not one person job here. Maybe not. Angle will be better for me right there. Yep. Okay, stops there because the back is not aligned. Let's take a look. I need to turn this a little bit that way. There you go. That's the spot. So it's got to be flush. Okay, it's got to be flush. Then your bolt will go in. Where's my impact? Let me get my impact. So I'm going to do a little bit more. And then I'm gonna end the job, and you guys can just finish everything out. There you go. Let's get the axle in, and then we'll do the bottom bolt joint, and we will end the video there. Okay, so this caliper is gonna knock me out today. So same procedure to get your ball joint in. We're gonna push the arm down. What's gonna bother us is the axle, and make sure you don't hurt yourself. You don't want to put your hands down there, and the axle will kind of give you And this caliper, if you got this freaking caliper just hanging there. So let me get my axle all the way in. There we go. Axle's in. Just don't put your hands anywhere near underneath that ball joint and the spindle, because it will hurt you if it comes out. See how that came out? My ball joint's not in, but everything just, axle just went in. My camera's on the way. It's kind of disturbing my angle. So let me attempt one more time. Like I said, 2-man job. It's 2 people job. I might have to call one of my friends, one of my buddies, because this is gonna kind of, I don't want to hurt myself, because if I hurt myself, that's it. That's the end of today's. There you go. Got this guy right in there. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna wiggle it, and it's gonna go in, and then after that, just get everything in there. And bada bing, bada boom. Lock up all the bolts, put the caliper, rotor, everything, axle bolt in, notch the axle bolt, ABS sensor, everything's gotta be in. Double check your job. Bring the car down with the wheels on and everything's on, and tighten up the top bolts. Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you for watching my video.